Well, these are live pictures at the University of Johannesburg's Kingsway campus, where protesting students have just come out from the area where they were having a meeting inside the university. As you can see, many of them have come out onto the streets now, and this amid, of course, a large police presence that is taking place, or a large police presence rather, that has been stationed here at the University of Johannesburg. And we understand a bit earlier on that the protesting students had gone inside the campus to basically caucus and to mobilize others to join their action. Now, this is what we're seeing at this particular point. It had been extremely quiet a bit earlier on. So remember, classes here at the University of Johannesburg have been online at the university since the beginning of the year, and the university says there's been absolutely no disruption at all of its campuses, which we know the cumulative number of University of Johannesburg students have basically, it's about 52,000 of them. You can see there police are coming a bit closer, and students are standing here where from the communication that we had previously received, it seems that police, of course, have been asked to attend to the situation here. And I think at this particular point, because this is one of the main roads here, just not too far from the SABC, and this police vehicle now has been brought in, this police nyala, and we'll have to certainly see how all of this is going to pan out. But in terms of speaking to the university a bit earlier on, we understood that the 52,000 students at all of the University of Johannesburg's campuses, that basically learning had been going on online since the beginning, teaching and learning online for returning students at the university had basically commenced on the 15th of February, and the first years began their online learning last Monday. So protesting students said they're going to continue with their action. I understand that they're marching towards that mall, which is not too far from the SABC, which is the campus, and we understand their action is going to continue throughout the remainder. Remember, students had indicated that they were going to continue with their protest action until someone listens. An earlier statement issued by the Higher Education Minister, Dr. Blessings Monday, had basically indicated they were trying to resolve the issue. But it doesn't seem like, the action itself is going to stop. It doesn't seem like at this particular point that students are going to give up. A bit earlier on when we arrived here, that indicated they were going onto campus to try and mobilize other students inside. So at this particular point, they've blocked off this road where we are, and they've basically indicated that the action that they had been hoping would have stopped by now because someone in authority would have listened. They're indicating that this is how things are going to proceed. Traffic as well at this particular road brought to a standstill. And you'd recall, of course, as well, a bit earlier on when we had spoken to some of the students, earlier on this morning there had been some protest action here as well. So, the Higher Education Minister indicating that he'd received that letter from the South African Union of Students on about the 10th of March, and basically singling out the University of Western Cape, saying that it had set a good example, but in terms of other universities, in terms of the allocation of NSFAS funding for first-time entering students or new students, all first years must be unblocked from registration, while a government says it is still trying to resolve the funding matters. So that's where we are at this particular point. This police nyala following very closely on where these students are protesting at this particular time. So I think I'm going to have a word with this gentleman at the moment, sir. Cheers. Thank you very much for your time. All right. All right, at this particular time, we're not in a position to speak to any of the students. They're indicating that they're not doing interviews at this particular time. And I must indicate, these are conditions that we have been working under over the past a couple of days, in which I guess the media is also expected to be here and cover the proceedings as they are. But in some instances, we are being met with students who simply don't want to speak to the media. So we'll allow that to happen at this particular stage. And I'll go back to studio for now, but you could stay on our coverage here as well.